Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa, and before I give you the tea on my 2023 beauty favorites, I thought it would be fun to go back in time to my 2022 favorites and revisit them. I want to talk about the products that I named as my favorites last year. I have a whole video on that if you're curious, and see if they're still favorites, if maybe some products have been dethroned, or I've changed my mind on some of these things. So I've never done this before. I thought it would be a fun way to switch things up and just talk about some products and see if they're still as amazing as I once thought they were. So let's rewind and go back to 2022, shall we? Okay, so in last year's favorites video, I spoke about everything: skincare, makeup, body care. So I'm gonna try to breeze through these products so it's not a super long video. But the first thing is my Zitsticka Refresh or Reset Mask. I don't remember. This is like a sheet mask that's jelly. It comes in two parts. I've talked about this before. I really, really love it. Like, it's an amazing mask if you have large pores or you have some breakouts or you just need to exfoliate your skin. Whenever you use this, the next day you wake up and your skin is exfoliated. It's soft, it's gorgeous, it's glowy. I still love this. Unfortunately, I don't live in the US, so I can't just go and pick this up whenever I want it. I would use it every single week if I could, if it was more accessible to me, but it's still a favorite. I still love it. The next product I talked about is the Tire 28 SOS Intensive Rescue Serum. I still really like this product. This is perfect if you have irritated skin, if you have a lot of redness, allergies, dermatitis. I used to suffer a lot from allergies because I'm allergic to dogs. My dog has unfortunately passed, so I haven't been reaching for this as much. Like, I haven't felt as much irritation on my skin, which is a sign that things, are getting better in my skincare. Like, I'm being a lot gentler with my skin and what I put on it. So I count that as a win, but yeah, I don't reach for this as often. I have a little bit left, but yeah, it's still good. I'm not gonna say it's a favorite because I don't reach for it all the time. I just don't have the need for it as much as I used to, but it's still a good product, especially if you have eczema or irritated skin. I think it's a beautiful serum. Up next, I have the Naturium Retinaldehyde Cream Serum 0.05. This is the only retinol that I use to this day. I've tried a few others, but this is just the best one, and I continuously reach for it. I love it so much. Great product, and it doesn't irritate my skin. Like, I see the results whenever I use this. Next morning I wake up, my skin is soft as a baby's butt, and it just overall looks brighter and healthier, less texture. I use it like twice, maybe 3 times a week depending on the week, and it's so good. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. It doesn't dry it out. It's just such a perfect complement to my skincare routine, and yeah, this is still a favorite. You don't need a lot of products, so I feel like this has lasted me a long time. I think I've had it for like maybe a year at this point, and it's still going strong. She's still doing amazing, so I still love this product 100%. Let's move on to makeup now. The first product that I talked about in that video is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. This is an SPF 25, and because this is a clean beauty product, it has an expiration date, and it expired on June of this year, so that sucks. I really liked this foundation, but I barely got to use it. Yeah, it doesn't smell the best anymore, but I used to love it so much, but now that it's gone bad, like, the formula is a little too thick for me. I feel like I found better things, even though this was just great, but I don't think it's worth the price because it's super expensive and it goes bad like really quickly. I feel like I had it for a year and it went bad like quick. So if you're buying this and this is the only thing you're using every day, I mean it could be worth the price. I used to love the formula. It has a lot of great skincare ingredients in there and it does look beautiful, but if you are someone who rotates your foundations or you're not wearing foundation all the time, I don't think it's worth the money because it will go bad. It's not a bad product, it's just has a lot more cons than pros in my opinion. I feel like I can get a similar look with something that won't go bad as quickly or that I will use more frequently. For example, a foundation that I would use more constantly and will not go bad as quickly as a Kosas one, Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. You guys know I love this if you watch any of my videos ever. I think this is the only like real foundation product that I own at this point, except for the Kosas, but this one I don't count anymore. But everything else is more like a skin tint. This is just like the only foundation that I have, and it's the only one that I need. The littlest bit of this goes the longest of ways. It is super high coverage. It's super nice. It feels really beautiful on the skin. It's just my perfect foundation, dare I say. Like, it is not heavy. You don't need a lot. It gives you all the coverage. It looks like skin. It's a perfect product, and it's refillable. So, I mean, this is great. It's still a favorite for sure. I have not bought more foundations this year because this is the only one that I needed. So I feel like that says a lot. The e.l.f. Brow Lift is another one of those products that I still really, really love. This is $6 and it is a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I think it's better than that one because it is so, so good. I use it all the time except for when I'm traveling. I find that this is not as travel friendly because you need like your separate spoolie to put, you know, get the product so you can apply it instead of just grabbing like a brow gel that it's in a little tube. So it's not as convenient. I didn't use it as much because when I went traveling this year, I traveled quite a bit. I didn't really want to bring this and have to bring a separate spoolie and like do all the things. I felt like it would be easier to just grab like a brow gel, but I still really, really like it. It's perfect for like everyday looks. It's perfect to amp up the brows if you're doing a full face of makeup. I think it's great, and for the price, it's unbeatable. It's still one of my favorite brow products ever, especially because I have dark brows, and this does not give me any white cast. I love it still, but it's a little bit more inconvenient whenever I'm traveling, so I don't reach for it as much when I'm not home, you know what I mean? Up next, I have the About Face eyeshadows. These are the matte fluid eye paints, and then we have the fractal eye paints, which are the shimmery ones. Let's focus mainly on the mattes because these are still 100% a favorite. I love them so much. I reached for Smell Before Rain the most. This is the only, like, these are very colorful ones. This is the one that's more, you know, everyday, and it is an eyeshadow I used all the time. Like I reach for this every single time, or at least almost every single time I was doing eyeshadow this year, and I love it. It's perfect as a base. It's even perfect as contour. And then these three shades I really like as well, even though I didn't reach for them as much. I really love the formula. It's super easy, very, very colorful, so I feel like I can do a lot with these. The shimmery ones I like as well, but I did not reach for them as much as I did the mattes. They're still super cool. The silver one I love, which is crazy to me because I usually am more of a warm toned girl. I like them. Like they're good eyeshadows and they stay and they have great glitter and like great reflectiveness. But yeah, it's just that they didn't wow me as much as the mattes did. Like the mattes are still 100% a favorite. I wish I had every single color because you can do so much with them. Up next, this will come as no surprise, the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Eyeshadow Palette. This is a forever favorite, honestly. Such a high quality palette. Great shadows, perfect mattes, perfect glitters, perfect everything. I have it on my eyes today. It's beautiful. It's the only neutral palette that you ever will need, and it's one of the only palettes that I reached for this year, honestly. It's so good. I haven't really taken the thing off the mirror, but everything about this I love, and I reach for it constantly. I think it might be the only palette that I could have reached for this year, and I would have been really happy. It's just so, so good. So worth it. So great. Still a favorite. Will forever be a favorite, I think. Up next is the Tower 28 Makewaves mascara. I've also talked a lot about this, and I almost used this completely. Like, I almost used it up. It went bad before I was able to use it up, like, completely. I got about, like, 95% of the way there. And this is one of the only clean mascaras that I like. There is a lot of, like, clean makeup, and a lot of the mascaras fall flat. This definitely doesn't. It is so, so good. It's so natural, but it can also be very voluminous and punchy. It's really just one of the greatest mascaras I've tried, and they just came out with a brown shade, and I think I'm gonna need to buy that one because it's such a unique mascara. It doesn't irritate the eyes, and it just makes the lashes look so nice. I also talked about the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara in that video, and this is again still a favorite. I feel like I featured this a lot in the recent videos, but it is still a favorite. I love that it's very, very affordable. The black version of this I also love. I don't know where that is. I'm gonna put it somewhere. It's like one of my favorite mascaras, so I take it with me everywhere. But these are really, really good. They give my lashes great volume. They're, again, super, super affordable. I just think it's one of the only like crazy voluminous mascaras that I own because this has just been itching that scratch for me, if that makes sense. It's just so good and it does what I want it to do, and I don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get the look, so I think this is still a favorite. Yeah, it's still a favorite. The NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Beige Come on, this is obviously still a favorite. It might even be a 2023 favorite because it's one of the only lip liners I use, period. Like I have like 5 lip liners, I use 3 and this is the one I use the most. It goes with everything. It's so affordable. It's my perfect like contoury nude that gives me a little bit more of a pout, but just it looks very seamless with my lip shade. Everything about this is so good. This is like $5. It is the best lip liner that I've ever used in my life. I honestly want to buy more colors. I don't need more than this one, but I just want to get more because it's such a good formula. It's pretty much top 3 lip liners and probably top 1% of liners that I use ever. So yeah, you guys knew it was coming. It's still a favorite. Up next, I have the Merit Lip Oil in the shade Au Naturel. Last year, I was all about this lip product, and it is a really nice lip product. It's a pigmented lip oil. I wouldn't say it's super oily on the lips, kind of like in between an oil and a balm. And it has like a decent pigment. It's a very natural shade that can be worn every single day. I used to wear it all the time because it's so easy to apply and reapply on the go. It's a beautiful product. I didn't reach for it as much this year. I feel like I got other products that moisturized my lips a lot more and gave me kind of like a similar effect, because this, even though it is like a lip oil and it makes your lips look shiny and beautiful in a natural way, it's not as hydrating as other products that I found. So this year, I mean, this is still beautiful and lovely. I just feel like I've used other products this year that give me more of that nourishment that I'm looking for while still giving me the same tint or the same effect, if that makes sense. But I still like this. I mean, haven't really reached for it, but it's still a good product. Next, we have the Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Intimate. This is from Nars. This lives in my purse all the time. It doesn't matter which purse I'm using. It's always in there. It is such a phenomenal product. It's a matte balm. It's very unique. I haven't found anything like this. It smells of vanilla, and it's like a My Lips But Better shade, but it's matte, which I love whenever I don't want that glossiness. I don't reach for it as much as I was reaching for it last year, but it's always like, as I said, it's always a product I have in my purse, and whenever I need something, I reach for this quickly, and it just gives me the look that I want. It's good. I just haven't reached for it as much this year as I did last year, but it's still a favorite. It's still a product that I haven't found a dupe for, if that makes sense. It's still pretty unique, and I still use it. And then last makeup product I talked about is the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick in the shade Cabo. You guys know, last year I went on a hunt, or whenever this came out, I went on the hunt for this and it was so hard to find. And when I finally found it, I loved it. This is still a freaking amazing lipstick. It's the perfect like orangey shade. I love it. The problem is I don't reach for it as much because I don't usually reach for like super bold lip products, if that makes sense. Like I'm not doing a red lip product every day or like an orangey red every day. So I don't reach for it as much for that reason, but it's still so good. I love the formula. The color is amazing. It's unreal. But I haven't really done a lot of bold lips this year. But I still love it. I still really do, even though I don't reach for it as much. It's not because it's not a great product, it's because the nature of the product is not a product that I use all the time, if that makes sense. I think I will be taking it with me on vacation though, because a beach vacation just calls for this lip product. So I'll still be using it. I still love it, even though I don't reach for it as much as I wish I did. And then last product, I also don't have it with me, is the Necessaire deodorant. One of the best natural deodorants I've ever tried. Honestly, it's so good. It's like a roller ball. It's a liquid, and it is really good. I've tried a lot of natural deodorants in my time. It's been over 10 years of my natural deodorant journey, and I can confidently say it is a great natural deodorant. It has AHAs that help exfoliate your armpits, so it has a lot of benefits. It is really nice for every day. If you sweat a lot or if it's summer or you're working out a lot, I do recommend reapplying, obviously, but it is still a great natural deodorant. I haven't repurchased it because it is quite expensive, and I found some other natural deodorants that kind of do it for me. You know, they work. I don't know if I would say they're favorites compared to the Necessaire one, but I've just been using those, so I haven't reached for this. I haven't repurchased it, but I did repurchase it 3 times over the course of last year, so it is still a great deodorant. It's just a little expensive. That was fun. I think I should do it more often. I love revisiting products and seeing if I still love them or not. For the most part, I feel like I've been pretty consistent with the products that I talked about I still love today. I feel like that's partly because I'm not buying everything that comes out, like every single launch. I can't afford that. Also, not accessible to me location-wise, but also it's just not healthy, and nobody should be buying thing after thing after thing. Obviously, if this is your job, it's a little different. But I feel like the consistency of using what I already own and what I've bought has been great for me. Let me know your thoughts down below. Should I be doing these more often? Should I just stick to like current regulars? Let me know all your thoughts below. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But for now, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy easy and real makeup and beauty content, then please make sure to subscribe. I upload videos every Sunday and I would love to have you back. Thank you so much. I love you and I'll see you soon. Happy holidays! Mwah.